just before we get started, there's one thing I just want to address, and we kind of we've talked about it maybe in the past couple of sessions is like vulnerability, and so Karen, can you maybe share on why calls like this and the community, like vulnerability, is so important when we're kind of like trying to tackle these big issues together as a community?
Yeah, I think it's huge, and I think the biggest kind of nuggets and biggest wins often come when we are willing to be vulnerable and share our stories and our experiences, and it allows others to feel safe and comfortable to open up. And we've seen a lot more of that in the last while, and I think it's really helped. And I will get I did this morning on our call, but I experienced shared because yesterday I completely lost my composure and lost my shit in our scoreboard meeting, and that's not like me. But afterwards, everybody came up and was very grateful that I did that, because it just allowed them to also be more vulnerable and express that they were also kind of on the cusp as well. So it was good to see the owner and the boss kind of not keep it together. So it just opened up the door for a lot more conversation. I think we can do that in this community too, because it is safe here, and we do respect confidentiality, and there's a slide every time about that. So I hope everybody can do that, because there's some huge wins from vulnerability when you're
One,
courageous to step into the arena.
yeah, 100%. This is Brene Brown, and one thing I just want to add to what Karen just said is that we are in unprecedented times, and we don't know what to expect, right? And it's okay to not know the answer, right? And it's okay to not have all the solutions, because we don't have it as well. But if we're all vulnerable, we're able to like share and talk about it and have like debates about what is good and what's not. I think it'll just make the community stronger. And in a nutshell, we are actually building a plane and flying at the same time. Okay. If this makes sense, type in vulnerability in the chat, everyone. Type in vulnerability in the chat if this makes sense, because this is really the main driver of getting you the most of this workshop in the next 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. The vulnerability piece is super, super key, so type that in the chat, vulnerability in the chat. Okay.